Hey yo, welcome to another vlog. This is Paul from
And
Under
Jimmy.
Production, and of course there's this guy here ready for another vlog for the day. Enjoy. We'll see you soon. Hello, welcome to Paul Vlogs. What number we are at? Everyone's asleep. It's about 2 in the afternoon on this gorgeous day out, so I decided to do a talk from the backyard. We'll go over past vlogs. We've been to Matrangas. We did a couple errands around the city, and yesterday's big vlog was the 2-part walk to parts of Racine, lakefront, downtown. Coming up, I'm not sure. I do these things on a whim. So today's vlog, until everyone starts to get up and moving, depending on what my big vlog is for today. That's kind of going to be the format for the vlog for the day. A small one, maybe in the mornings or early afternoons, like right now, kind of just to wake up. Today's vlog is titled Coffee Talk. I like doing coffee talks because I like coffee and I like talking. Of course, I do have a bottle of water too with me. It's about, I'd say, 60 degrees again. Yes, I'm wearing a Riverdale sweatshirt. I'm a big fan of Riverdale. My fiance got me into it. I've been a fan of Archie comic books for years. I've been a fan of any comic books for years. I've collected comic books most of my life. I'm trying to think of new vlog ideas. Anyway, one of the big vlog ideas I have is a question and answer vlog, so I'm just waiting for questions to come in. If you have questions you want to ask me for that vlog, please feel free to put them down in the comment section down below. Yeah, the dogs are barking in the house because I'm out here and they're not. As well as anything else you would like to see around Racine. There are a few more landmarks I'd like to hit up. We did hit the Mary Tay, good lord, I can talk today. Mary Todd and Abraham Lincoln statue there as well. Oh, here he comes. This is my cameraman. Jimmy has finally gotten out of his man cave with his bag of Takis. I'm just trying to figure out what we're going to do for today's big vlog. I do want to take a run up to the store somewhere and buy an actual pack of my cigarettes. I'm sure he would like to get some more Takis or Rippets. I don't know if we're going to actually film that, because we just did that yesterday. But, as well. So, let's see, what else can I talk about? You did see a couple things in the downtown walk. A couple boarded up places due to the riots going on last week, and there's still more rioting going on this week. So I guess I did touch about that in one of my earlier vlogs yesterday, but I will touch more on that, I guess, now. Actually, no, I don't want to. I do want to talk about some things that we are going to be working on today. I plan on putting together in the near future for vlogs. I plan on doing, like I said, a question and answer. I plan on doing another landmark in here. There are a couple of key landmarks within this town. I mean, you just saw the Abraham Lincoln and his wife one. There is a Martin Luther King one that actually I've done some research on that one. And that one, if you've been to Racine and you've been down MLK Boulevard or I think it's Martin Luther King Boulevard or Martin Luther King Drive, King, not Kane. There's a statue of Martin.
I believe it's State Street and Martin Luther King.
Yeah, around that time, between Martin Luther King and State Street, there is a statue of Martin Luther King.
He looks like a pygmy.
I'm not trying to be racist or pick on the African American community or his achievements in history.
Just the way his statue looks, he looks like he's short.
And that's actually been a debate for what it is. And contrary to what I thought has been there since years and years ago, it was actually put up back in the late 90s, like in 1998. that was actually put up. So I plan on hitting that up as soon as I can figure out a time when we can do that. There's another landmark somewhere out in the outskirts of Racine that I've been researching called the Spark. I've been researching that. I've been wanting to do kind of obscure landmarks. There's a whole website where you can just look up all the weird landmarks within whatever town you're in. Abandoned location vlogs are something I've been wanting to do, but they're kind of hard to do because either they've got security or they're hard to get into, or they're hard to find, or they're extremely dangerous. I mean, there is that abandoned school you saw on yesterday's vlog, but I don't know if we can even get into that. So we're not even going to bother with that one. I want to hit up some of the beaches in Racine, and then I want to hit up one of the biggest landmarks within the Racine-Kenosha area, which is Wind Point Lighthouse.
Which I think they still use that lighthouse once in a while.
It's still, you can go there, you can walk around the grounds. I've been there before.
I have too. It's a very nice place.
It's a very nice place. It's right on Lake Michigan. It's a beautiful site. They keep it up nice and neat. So that's one of those things that I'm hoping I can get my fiance to go with us on one of these days. She's kind of hard to get up in the morning. Another sip of coffee. Gotta have coffee. Yeah, I know it's 2 in the morning and I'm drinking coffee. I'm a late sleeper. I like to stay up late a lot, and I like to sleep in a lot. It's just the person we've been taking care of in this house kind of keeps us up whenever she feels like it. And I've been putting her on a pill schedule lately because she has to have morning pills and she has to have evening pills. And before, she'd just wake us up whenever she wanted to take her pills, whenever. And it was annoying. So now after a couple trips to the ER with her for sometimes made-up reasons that she thinks she's got illnesses, which she doesn't, and actual legitimate reasons that she's not feeling well. This is a 78-year-old woman, half-blind woman that we're taking care of. I've decided that I'm going to be in control of her pills, and everyone around this house, except for her, calls me the pill Nazi. So I've set my alarm to get me up at 8 in the morning, which I've been missing because, like I said, I'm a late sleeper. To get me up in the morning, to give her pills in the morning, and then at 8 o'clock at night to give her pills at night. So that way, that's all taken care of. So I think we'll do a little bit about, I'm going to do a little bit about me. Sorry for the nose itch there. I was not born and raised in Racine, unlike the person behind me here. I was born and raised in Milwaukee County. My parents moved around within the Milwaukee metro sub-area throughout my youth. And then we had moved to a little town known as St. Francis, Wisconsin, which is kind of a suburb of the Milwaukee area. Again, that's also by Lake Michigan and Bradford Beach, if you know where that is. That was within walking distance up there when I lived there as a kid. And that is where I met, of course, my stepson, who's behind me, mother, when we were both like 12 or 13 years old. We lived in the same neighborhood for years. We played. I wanted to draw my life, but I am no good at drawing. And to get him to draw, he's a very good artist. He just doesn't want to draw. And I'm not going to sit there and plan this out. I have a bigger vlog planned about why I love gaming and how I got into it as a kid and still continue into it. But they had moved. My fiance then had moved out, and I had no idea where they moved to after that. And then my family had moved from St. Francis to Pewaukee, which is where I went and graduated last 2 years of high school, lived most of my life, even through my year and a half in college in Iowa. My parents still lived in Pewaukee. And then I moved from Pewaukee to Nebraska for a bit, and I lived, I think, a year in Nebraska. Moved back to Nebraska, back to Wisconsin, moved back in with my parents, and from there I had moved from there to Madison, and that's when I met my ex-wife and was married for about 4 years until we got divorced. And from there I lived in suburbs of Madison, like I lived in DeForest, when I was married, and then in a suburb of Madison called Fitchburg for a little bit. Got divorced, lived there for about a couple more years. I was in pretty much that area for about, I'd say, 7 years. And then I moved from there to a suburb just slightly outside of Madison called Cambridge. And then in that little part of Cambridge, I actually lived in a little town called Rockdale, which is a little offshoot of Cambridge, Wisconsin.
And don't forget about Alley Cat.
Yeah. And all that time, after my divorce, I had gotten my first Xbox 360, which, that's got a bit of history because that's changed in years. You saw my gaming collection. My 360 is not the original 360 I had owned.
Yeah, the one that he had originally owned, I had, and it just completely stopped working.
Yeah.
It would not read a disc for worth a damn.
It was an old machine. I had gotten that, and then I had gotten my precious Alley Cat. You saw her urn up in the shelves above in my bedroom. The history of that machine, I had gotten that brand new at the time, and then when I reconnected with Jimmy's mom, and we had started dating, actually right as we first started dating, the Xbox 360 he had was someone else's that wanted it back, and that was a piece of junk.
Yes, it was.
And I felt kind of bad, and I was still playing my Xbox One I had gotten that year for Christmas. So I said, you know what, I'm playing my Xbox One for Christmas, I'll lend him that one. Eventually I gave him that one, found one on Facebook for $80, bought that. Then that one I gave him took a crap. Then I gave him the white, would I give you that white one?
Think we bought it. Yeah, we bought it at Brad's.
Yeah, we bought it at New Wave, what you saw in a previous vlog from a couple days ago. We bought it there.
For like about 200 at least?
Yeah.
It was pretty reasonable.
It was a pretty reasonable price.
Yeah.
And then then that kind of stopped working, and the
What's
owner...
not working?
Something, I know. At some point in time, the owner of New Wave Video, Brad, had basically said that he could take the hard drive out of the old one and install that hard drive
into the new one.
Into a new one with a whole new case and everything, and that's what we had done.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm still without a 360. Well, my future mother-in-law's boyfriend knew a guy that he worked with that was basically selling his 360 and a whole bunch of his games for $175. So that's what I did. I went and bought that. So that's the one you saw in the video of all the collectibles and the games. Then, of course, I got the PS4 just recently. He just got his first Xbox One for his...
The Xbox One S. He's super jealous.
Yeah, I am, but I have got the PS4, so I'm not that jealous. I've been playing my PS4 because I originally bought the PS4 for one game. I'm a fan of the Final Fantasy franchise, and when I heard they had remade Final Fantasy VII, I wanted to try it. And the only way I could try it was to get a PS4. So I went and I ordered a PS4 off of Amazon and ordered the game. The game came first, unfortunately. Then a couple weeks later, then the actual system came. The game was okay. It's good. I'll just call it, my retitle is Final Fantasy VII Unnecessary, because there's a lot of unnecessary things they added to the game, or pointless things that you really don't need in the game, that really kind of don't add to the game, but it don't take away from the game. Anyway, it's my water.
Take it a drink. You don't mind.
Nah. So, after about a couple months of dating, my fiance Jill, this boy's stepmother, or this boy's mother, biological mother. There have been some talk about me moving down nursing and moving in with them. I was still hesitant for this because at this time I had a decent job, I had health insurance, I had everything I needed, except I was basically drowning financially. So I was visiting one week. I think I was visiting like one weekend or something down there. And I had to pay the rent. Normally, I'd write a check from the bank I banked at back in Cambridge and send the check in the mail, and that's what I did. But then I overspent the check, so it bounced. And that was basically the deciding factor that I guess I should just move in because it'll save me some money. And it has. I had a black Mitsubishi Lancer at the time.
You probably guys remember that from the earlier stages of Sad Reality.
Yeah. The Lancer was in probably some of the very early episodes of Sad Reality. That sadly got totaled because accident. We'll just leave it at that. And that's when I got the big blue beast, the Hyundai, the 2016 Hyundai Sonata, which I love. Right now, it's not being driven right now because we have two cars. We have my Hyundai and we have their Chevy Impala. So we alternate the cars once in a while because so each car gets driven an equal amount of time. Otherwise, it just sits there and then we have issues.
And like it did the other day where it started puttering like crazy.
Yeah. We started it up, it started fine, we turned it off, we started it up again, and it puttered really bad, and it wouldn't stay revving unless you kept the gas pedal full down on the floor, so we decided, and it puttered. But after a while, we got it fixed.
Yeah, after we told it on Mama.
Yeah, we called my future mother-in-law and said, yeah, the car, because I kept on saying the car, I think it's about time to retire it. And it started right back up, and I was like, okay, maybe not.
It's like, no, please don't get rid of me.
You hear kids in the background. That's because there's kids in this neighborhood. They're all over the place.
Yep, right across. We live next to Mexicans. Not being rude or anything. That's what they actually are.
As this neighborhood is quite a diversified neighborhood, so to speak. Like I said, I'm not sure. I want to do something big later on today for a second vlog for the day. I like the whole 2 vlogs a day thing, one smaller one in the beginning of the day, just to kind of wake everyone up and wake me up and get me moving. Otherwise, I usually just end up sitting watching YouTube videos or playing games on my phone or playing my PS4 and doing nothing. And the reason I like doing these vlogs since I started them, it gets me out of the house. I mean, you don't have to have money to do stuff out of the house. I mean, you just saw yesterday, we spent a lot of time just kind of hanging out and walking all over the place. So that's kind of the thing. Even if it's just, hey, we need to run to the store. Hey, why not pick up my phone and film a small vlog, if that's what it is. There might be, and I guarantee you there probably will be a run to the store sometime today. I don't know when, because I really just kind of want to wake up before I do anything. Get my mind moving. That's kind of the reason why I came out here to do this little vlog. I'd show you around the house, but our house is a disaster because we're still trying to go through stuff from the person we're taking care of moving in, and we've had a lot of changes going on, and we kind of just got lazy and stuff just kind of got thrown everywhere, so we really need to do that. Just a reminder, stay tuned for June 9th for a very special episode of Paul Vlogs, the person behind me. And yes, I'm going to keep saying this until that day. Was graduating that day from Case High School. We're just waiting on them to give us a time at which it happens. It's a drive-through ceremony. You drive up, your kid gets out there in their cap and gown, shakes hands, says gets his diploma, smiles for the camera, gets back in the car, and the next person comes through is how I'm thinking this is going to be. I mean, I would wish it'd been a traditional freaking ceremony for him, because I think he really deserves a traditional, for your high school graduation. It has to be, in my opinion, I'm an old-fashioned person, it has to be a traditional ceremony where you're gathered with your entire class in your caps and gowns.
Well, technically you can't do that this year because of the damn pandemic.
Yeah, where, you used to do that and that.
Known as the beer virus.
Yeah, we'll just call it the beer virus. Anyway, there's Creed, our neighbor's dog. Big, beautiful dog. Not sure what breeder.
Where is he?
He just walked by.
Wow.
And, so I wanted that to be him, but, thanks to the beer virus. We can't freaking do that.
Because technically Corona is a beer.
Yeah. And, so, let's see, what else do we need to address or talk about today? Hey, what types of coffee do you like? I am a traditionalist. Old-fashioned, regularly brewed, caffeinated coffee. Once in a while I doctored up with a bit of cappuccino mix to give it a little bit of rich flavor. Today is just traditional cream and sugar in it. Do you like iced coffee? Do you like
That'd be regular coffee, would be hot coffee, by the way.
regular hot coffee? Do you like flavored coffees? I mean, do you like mochas and cappuccinos? Say something down in those comment section. I want your comments. Give me your comments. You know, what do you put in your coffee? Are you a person that puts in some sugar and cream? Are you a person that puts in cappuccino mix? Do you put in some flavored coffee mixes?
Or you put milk in it.
Do you put milk in it? Do you drink it black? It's like drinking caffeinated water.
Some people do that, though.
True. I mean,
some people just put sugar in it.
What do you put in? Do you not drink coffee? I mean, if you don't drink coffee, say what you drink in the comments. I'm interested to hear what you drink to get yourself up and moving in the morning. Are you an energy drink person? Do you go and buy a Monster? Do you go and buy, and if you're in Racine, do you buy a Rip It? Do you buy a Full Throttle? Are you an energy shake person? Do you buy?
Are you a soda person?
Are you a soda person? Put that answer in the comments. I want to know. If you have questions about me, especially if you have questions about me, I'm going to do an Ask Me Anything type video soon. So
Why if it's in reason?
Yeah, as long as it's within reason, ask me anything about myself. I mean, those of you who just started watching my vlogs, you probably want to know who we are, what we're about, you know, why we do what we do, what equipment do we use. I mean, currently, right now, I'm filming this with my Zenshi 4 gimbal that I got for Christmas like a year or two ago, and this thing is amazing. Although over the year or two, the adjustment knob broke, but it still works, and it's one of my favorite pieces of equipment to use. I didn't use it yesterday because
it needed to charge.
It needed to charge, but this thing makes any person who has an unsteady hand and a cell phone trying to film and walk absolutely perfectly smooth. It moves with you and moves all around with you, so it doesn't do anything. I mean, I have my equipment bag out here. There's not much in it, but I do have, wherever you put it.
There.
Yep. And there's my equipment bag, and there's most of all my filming equipment, except for my newest acquisition, which is I'll call it a Go camera. It's a generic GoPro. It's what it is. I haven't fully tested that out yet, because I gotta figure what I want to do with that. But most of my filming equipment is in there, unless I've got my other camera bag, which is sitting in the house, and that's got an older mini disc camera I had bought off of eBay to replace the one I had bought at Goodwill. But ever since I've been doing these videos, I haven't been using that camera. I have in backpack. I have a little handheld digital camcorder that I've been wanting to use that for something as well. I haven't gotten around to that yet. Figured what I want to do with that yet. I gotta take more coffee. God, I love coffee. Let's see. God, I've been through a need. I'm rambling. This is sad.
Let's talk about how sad reality begun.
That's actually the thing. If you're a fan of my my original series on this channel, which is we'll call them retail vlogs, Sad Reality. This started out pretty much, I had no plans of ever doing that type of content till I happened upon I subscribe and still subscribe to a channel called Lazy Game Reviews, or known to some people as LGR. And he's basically a retro gaming reviewer. He talks about retro computers and retro tech and everything else, and he's pretty good. And I was going through a list of other channels he subscribes to, and I found one called Retail Archaeology. This is a guy by the name of Eric, who's based out of Arizona, and he goes around and he kind of does kind of a Dan Bellish type deal. If you know who Dan Bell is, he's a big YouTuber in the dead mall niche or dead mall genre, where he goes to stores and he brings his camera in if he can, and he films the stores, mostly when they're closing, gives you an update on the store, tells you, how they're doing, what's the store about, and kind of films as he walks around, sometimes with his daughter, sometimes he's got his best buddy, which is also his producer. And I thought to myself, that can't be that hard to do. You're just taking your phone or whatever camera you have and walking around a store.
Yeah.
Little do I know that this is a massive niche on YouTube for some odd reason, because there's a whole bunch of people that do this.
Like Ace Adventure.
There's Ace Adventure, Unicron Productions, like I said, Dan Bell, Wally B, 32.
Just look him up in the playlist.
Yeah, look him up in the playlist.
I'm pretty sure he has all these channels that he's subscribed to, and you can all check them out.
Yeah, they're subscribed to. If you look at the channels I subscribe to on my YouTube page, you can on my YouTube channel. You can see most of them. I have a lot of different people subscribed to, but if you look for them, they're there. Anyway, I just started dating my fiance, and she had mentioned that the Boston store that got closed down still has its spot in the mall. So we went into Regency Mall and I walked around and there it was. So I pulled out my phone, took a picture of the Boston store, and I posted it on my personal Twitter account, in which I follow Retail Archaeology on it, and I sat there and I sat there and I mentioned Retail Archaeology, and I said, "What do you think this is?" I sat there lying in bed with my now fiance, with my Apple Watch at the time, because I had an Apple phone at the time, going off for an hour straight, literally trying to guess what that was. I swear, about 16 or more times, I sat there looking at my watch all the time, trying to figure out as it's going off, and I'm going, damn, my fucking Twitter's blowing up like mad over one little post. So I got to the point that maybe we should start doing this as well. And so we did. I started with Regency Mall, went to cross the street from the mall where there's a whole bunch of dead stores, empty storefronts there, and this kept going on. And I loved doing it, and I still love doing it. The problem is I'm running out of ideas. So,
any ideas? Put them in the comment section down below.
If you live in the Wisconsin area or even in the Milwaukee area, as this virus slows down, hopefully to the point where we can at least travel within the state, and these places are open, and I could find out how to get a camera in them, put them in the comment section. Even if you live in the Racine area, please put them in the comment section, because it really helps me figure this out, and it helps all the channel grow. And so I started doing this. We did Regency Mall, I did an entire area. The name Sad Reality actually came about with another area in Racine we called Dead Zone, which used to be a massive Kmart and a whole bunch of other stores, all ending with a still existing, I think, what is it, a Home Depot?
Yeah.
Home Depot. And they said, this is just a sad reality. And I'm like, hey, that's not a bad idea for a show. So we started doing that, and And then I fell in love with a Discord community called the Dead Malls of Discord, where all of these people I mentioned hang out in Discord and talk, share their videos. I kind of pissed them off.
I got kicked out. Did you come in another Discord area too?
That was the only one at the time till I found Retail Union, which I don't spend a lot of time on because it's boring. The Dead Malls of Discord was a lot better. I kind of did that. They do a thing called, I'm not going to go into it. We're not even going to go into it. It brings up some bad feelings about that community, and I'm not going to go into it. I'm trying to stay positive and talk about things. I don't want to go negative, even though apparently people like negative people. Anyway, I don't want to bring up some drama, because some of the people that actually are in that community do subscribe to my channel, and I don't want to bring it. I don't want to bring a negative feelings on that. Let's just say I made a boo-boo, I had to pay for said boo-boo, and now I'm no longer part of that community. But we kept on doing this. I mean, we went to Cherryville, Illinois to do the Cherryville Mall. We went to Southridge a couple times. We did Regency as much as we could before the crackdown.
We did Northridge.
We tried to do Northridge in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, as much as we could. Northridge has been closed since the early 2000s. And an update on that, I don't know if I've said this before on the channel, but an update on that, it is been officially noted that it is officially scheduled for demolition. Thank God.
Because that building is in shambles.
Yes.
I don't know what the company wanted to do with that mall, but it will take way too much money to fix that old building up. And
so we did that. And as funds kind of went loose, and my employment status changed drastically, and then I started doing some more kind of retro nostalgic stuff, that's where the whole TV time machine came about. And then
you started doing the vlogs.
And then I started doing the vlogs because I need something to do. And vlogs, I did some research and talked with other people in different YouTube communities and in a YouTube Discord I hang out in a lot. And these people are very good, and they're very friendly. One person actually looked at my channel, looked at what my most popular videos are and what my least popular videos are, and said, "Do what's the most what are the most popular videos?" He said, "Your vlogs and sad reality are." So I said, "Well, why don't we do vlogs right now?" And that is where it is. And literally, you guys have been the most amazing people in this. Some of my recent vlogs, and I've only been doing this for about 4 or 5 days, have literally almost 40 to 50 views. Now if I could just get
That's a lot for Paul.
Yeah, now if I could just get you to comment down there, that would be amazing. Comment down there. I want to interact with you, the viewer. You're the person I'm doing this for, and I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for everybody. So please leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell. I'm going to end this one at about 33, a little over half an hour long. I'm going to end this one right here, right now. We're going to decide what we're going to do later on today for a more fun type vlog. So be sure to hit, like I said, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Be sure to hit the bell next to it down below. Be sure to leave a comment in that comment section down below. Leave a thumbs up on that video, and thanks for watching.